What's going on, guys? Welcome back. It's me again, your favorite host and your favorite trader. It's going to be a fun day today. Not sure, this might be our last show for the week, unless Nick can get on tomorrow. I am traveling to Key West tomorrow. But let's have a good show, shall we? As Mal pointed out in chat. In 30 seconds, we have the 20-year bond auction and Fed Kashkari speaking. So maybe that'll give us some type of market action. Who knows? But today was somewhat predictable. More or less worked out the way I thought it would. Just some things took a while. I guess we could put it that way. However, looking at the Dixie, it's breaking out, heading back towards highs, and I guess this is probably Q Mark in the chat. This is not where the Dixie tops, I guess. I mean, talked about it yesterday, muted day, but breaking 112,500 was going to give us a nice spark and a nice rally in the Dixie. And we have not only that, but we have the rates up as well. Euro looks like it wants down even more. Yeah, you know, with the pound stronger, with the dollar stronger, Euro USD is dropping nice. And I talked about this morning, this blue, this teal zone in here I have, right below parity. Strong area back in 2002, strong area back in September and August. And so we retested the back end of the trend line or the support zone in here, and now resistance zone, and now we're heading off. And you're right, Euro does look like it wants to go down even farther. That would kind of make sense, given that the Dixie looks like it wants to continue higher. Couldn't quite make it back below 112 here, but we're rallying pretty strong out of there, and it looks like it wants to head back up towards this 115 high. There's Mark talking about how the Dixie hasn't topped. But yeah, with that, the rates really kind of put a cog in the wheel today for the market, didn't it? I mean, you have pretty strong rates heading towards 417, which is my price target, the next price target that is for the 10-year. This morning, you started rising pretty heavy overnight through London session. Muted through New York session, and now it's kind of rallying again. Kind of gave us that muted action in the market. Yeah, 20-year bond auction came out. It's still, I guess, pending to come out. Let me refresh my feed here. Waiting on. Let me pull it to another screen. Alrighty. Still waiting on the news. Still hasn't come out yet. Oh, the rates are popping up. So, it did come out, and wowza. Here are the numbers. Previous 3.82%. Actual is now 4.395, 4.4%. And so, yeah, here goes the market. Mark is taking a little bit of a dipsy daisy here. Sorry, Mark, any trend line that you were hoping for on the IWM is probably going to get broken now. As we see the market starting to pull off from this trash 20-year. Big cover ratio 2.5, previous 2.65. High yield rate 4.395, previous 3.82%. Direct accepted 19.86%, previous 16.6%. Yeah, so trash 20-year auction. So I don't know if it's really a liquidity grab here. I mean, it's just, I don't think the market's ready to go yet. It's struggling at this 3750 area. Talked about it yesterday. This is the area that we have to get through and close above if it's going to have a continued momentum in it. And we didn't. Yesterday we closed with the rejection wick and pretty weak. Today, you saw overnight session grind up a little bit, retest those highs, and we decided to fail every bounce we got, and now we're leaking below that trend line, below that 3700 area. And so there's no reason to expect the market to hold up here. And the next level really that I'm watching for some type of support. Oh, 3650. So I think we sell off until at least 3650 area. Then maybe we find support, but seeing a nice sell off here on the 5-minute. Kashkari I know is out, but not sure. Oh man, just reading some tweets here. But yeah, so selling off pretty nice. So the rates popping up off that as well. 417 probably in sights for it. Dixie continuing through here. So had a nice trade on the Dow today. Had a pretty nice buy off the lows here, but you're right. It was a pretty whippy market as expected though. I mean, we're sitting in this range here where we're bouncing back and forth, coiling in here. And so as expected with the rates being stronger than usual, or I guess as strong, rates are accelerated today. And so I expected a pop towards the open, then a drop, and that's what we're getting. And now we're getting a drop through these lows here into the 20-year auction. Dropping through point of control. It's just kind of sliding here, so doesn't really feel like a liquidity grab. If it was really a liquidity grab, it'd be moving a lot quicker to the downside and then moving back up pretty quick. So I don't know, but we'll see. It's probably going to leak off the rest of the day. If the market closes, what's going on, Simon? What's going on, Michael? If the market closes below 3,700, even below 3,750, which is very, very likely, obviously, then I think we just see a continued sell-off back down to 3,600, and then we're going to maintain range here. Had a little bit of a pop off this liquidity grab. Had a little bit of a squeeze, but still, I mean, you look at risk on assets, crypto, not doing shit. Oil, not doing shit. And so, yeah, I mean, you got gold dropping off, you got dollar and rates soaring, so you probably see a nice sell-off and continued sell-off in the market here. 4 hours not looking good. In the next 52 minutes, if this 4 hour closes below 3,700, I think we get a really strong continued sell-off here. Look at the Qs. Yeah, Qs are selling off. I mean, you got that, 269 area level of support. Pretty strong area of support that we've seen the last few days here. Just broke below it. And that was also really the point of control if you look at it from a zoomed out perspective here. Is that where we're sitting June lows? Yeah. That makes sense. We're also sitting here at June lows, actually sitting below June lows. So kind of looking dicey here for the overall market. Potentially closing and rejecting below June lows. The SPY rejecting consolidated highs here, now pushing back down to 360. But main thing I'm watching here is the biggest, obviously October 13th, this whole entire volume bar here. That's where the most volume's been in the last, I don't know how long. You can obviously tell by the length of the candle. So open, close, and 50% mark of this candlestick is going to be a pretty significant area to keep an eye on for market structure, and that's going to be 349, 357, and 365. You see the market give up 357, then, well, it's game over. But anyways, moving on from that, we'll kind of let it sort itself out a little bit, because maybe Mark's right. Maybe they do yank it back above, and we just have a nice grab. We'll see. Kind of let it play out a little bit. But taking a look at the overall market here and the overall direction of the dollar here. The dollar continuing through highs, retesting 113.5. Looking like a strong close, looking like we'll get a continuation towards 115. Gold today. Gold was a bitch of a trader. You had a nice move. So, I mean, for looking at the daily here, a play I like to look at, I play actually all the time, right, is when you have this nice break below consolidation, you have a retest with a very weak close. This candle formation right here is one of the highest probability setups you can get with anything. Clear sells, but I thought we were going to get a little bit more of a retracement back up towards 1660 before we fell off towards 1620. I had a limit order to sell last night overnight. I had a limit order sitting around 1656 right in here, and my take profits could be 1630. Would have been around a $12,000 winner, but didn't quite go as high as I thought it would go, and it sold off before I could get in. And yeah, so I tried to fight it, took a long into consolidation this morning, got out break even, but now it's selling off. And looking at the overall move here, 1620, looking like it's going to be in play soon. 1611 next, but gold probably going to continue selling off. The weekly chart had a nice rejection, a retest, breaking below 1642. Looking to fill this weekly wick towards 1616. We break through 1616, then it's down, we go to 1570. But right now, look, I mean, no reason to fight it. Gold's selling off, and we'll continue to sell off until we can reclaim some type of level. We reclaim, like, let's say, oh boy, 1660, 1672. We start reclaiming some of these levels in here, then I think, then we can talk about a potential bullish run in metals. But right now, no reason to be in positions with metals, and it looks like a continued sell-off. Taking a look at oil, the black gold. This was actually, it was an okay trader. I mean, it took a while to play out, to be honest. I was looking at it this morning, and I talked about, I think it was like 83-ish, right around this area here. This is where I wanted to see a dip buy, a long entry. We were creating these higher lows, looking to fill this 85.30 move from yesterday. Whoops. Really? Oh, shit, fuck. And we got that nice pullback I was looking for. I didn't take it because I was already in 3 other positions. What's going on, Chris? Good to see you, man. Oil buys at 83 were very valid. Stops below 82.74. And this is really what I was looking for. Run out of here. Looking for a continuation, but still not getting much out of it. But looking at the overall market in here, we're sitting at a pretty decent area. Talked about it the other day. We're breaking structure here as far as we broke the high, and we're now pulling back to the 61.8% retracement on the Fibonacci's. This is an area where you'd like to see some support be found. And if we can close here, base a little bit, maybe a retest one more time, then it'll be looking good for a base and then a continuation out of here. If they can get control of the market outlook's not looking good with oil. Let's be honest. It's really not. I mean, they can't keep up with the quota, even though they're trying to produce less. We're trying our best to do some SPR release, but that's not doing shit. All we're doing is putting ourselves back to 1970 levels. So demand's not looking good. Supply sure as hell is not looking good. So if they can get control of the market, I think we have a nice rally out of here. But otherwise, I think we just see a muted. I think we just see a nice couple week of consolidation in the 75 to 95 range. Big enough range to trade off of, but not really looking for trend trades on this one. We are sitting in this nice downtrending channel here. So looking for it to come up and retest this 85.30 and then potentially reject heading back down. As I talked about, retesting this 61.8% retracement. So main thing I'm watching right now is this descending channel here, and I'm going to be trading off those levels for now until it breaks one way or the other. So looking for shorts at 85.30. Nat gas continues to sell off, looking for that $5 mark. Once we broke through the 650, it was just a bloodbath, and we're going to continue selling off at least towards 540, and then looking for that $5 retest. So nat gas continuing down. Not good for oil. That energy market's not looking good overall at all. Copper looking weak. Copper just dead cat bouncing here and expecting it once it breaks 320. Copper's hitting the mid twos at least. This is really the line in the sand here that you're going to want to see copper hold. Commodities overall not looking good right now. Talked about Bitcoin. Bitcoin's not doing shit. Bitcoin's just stuck in this consolidation range. You had to break at the lows here, break at the highs here. Now we're just stuck in this range. So I'd actually expect to continue to sell off here. After we did a grab to the bottom, we just did a grab to the upside, and now we're probably going to continue on down from here. So crypto is looking pretty heavy and pretty weak here. USD JPY breaking out again, heading towards 150. So yeah, it's a bloodbath out there in the markets. But looking at the ES again, ES is still holding its lows from this breakdown here. Qs are still holding its lows. They're actually retesting the backside of this breakdown here. So right now, looking like the markets want to continue selling. But we'll see how it reacts here. Really no other news events that happened today. Pretty light on headlines. I mean, you had the crude oil inventories today. Better than expectations, but kind of a muted move because it doesn't really make much of a difference right now what the inventories look like. As far as, once we start hitting November, we start seeing the production cuts and we start seeing that last SPR release. Well, kind of probably going to be muted action until then. Tomorrow you got Philly Fed Manufacturing Index, unemployment claims, existing home sales. Got a few economic events. 8:30 in the morning, 10 in the morning. Got a couple Fed members speaking. And then Friday, nothing. So pretty light this week. So we'll see. But kind of a muted day today. Rates selling off from that pop here. So we'll see if we get that. See if we get the same action in the markets. Oh, man. I am, 25 minutes into the stream and already running out of things to say. That's really how this market was today. I mean, you had pretty muted action, and you're getting pretty late moves. Like, you have New York consolidation here. You had London move, New York consolidation, and now later in the day around like the London close, you start getting that move again. Kind of been the same way in all markets here. Now you're getting London close, you're getting that move after that consolidation. And really the same with the ES, the markets, that New York consolidation, and then post London close move. Kind of the way it's been lately. So, been sitting in trades a lot longer. But yeah. Pound yen. Would be comical if Tesla earnings jolts markets 2% either direction. Either make this slide more or reverse all losses for the day. Yeah. Damn, Tesla's sitting this. Oh my god. This range that we're sitting here in Tesla. It's nice. I feel like we're about to see like a massive move that will like move the market. So after hours. So when is Tesla's earnings? After hours? Tesla, yeah, after market close. So that should be fun. Do we have any others? Equifax. No, cool. So just gonna be watching Tesla here. Tomorrow, before market, American Airlines pre-market, AT&T pre-market. Got a couple. It's got a nice one after hours. Got a couple pre-market. So maybe we get some nice movement off of that. Yeah, Chris, this sideways chop sucks. It sucks. It really does. It sucks because like I have to find a trade during the Asian session to take overnight because trading during the market hours right now is not ideal because we're getting that chop. I guess it wouldn't be a show if I didn't look at meta, huh? I like the meta dip here. Sure you do. No thanks. I mean, you got the previous lows here, right? Lower highs being formed. We're now below the previous lows. And it looks like we want to continue back down towards 125. So, oh, man. I've been waiting to use that. I will say it rejected the pandemic low again. Did it? Ah. Damn. It did, didn't it? Mark. Don't talk bad about your stock. Considering where TLT went during this week's squeeze, equities have quite some way to go down. No, I agree. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, I think with the market rejection up here, I think we have some more room to go. I mean, earnings call is still flat on the day versus QQ down. It was 1%. Earnings calls, huh? Ah, I forgot Kashkari was out. Like, I'm not even seeing any movement in the equities. Is he even saying anything? I haven't even seen a headline. What's going on, Nick? Good to see you, man. I haven't even seen a headline. Kashkari, I've seen no evidence that core inflation has peaked. There's danger of talking ourselves into recession. Working hard to achieve soft landing. Yeah, he's not, is he? I mean, look. Yeah, definitely going into recession. Come on. And obviously core inflation hasn't peaked. I mean, come on. You're not doing enough. UK government has had a difficult period. Ugh. I could sit here all day and read these dumbass headlines. Oh, man. Oh, man. Semiconductors. Still green today, huh? See, look at the higher time frame. Not looking good. Not oversold on the higher time frame. Still have room to go. This rejection of 190 here. Weak close, break below. Strong bearish candle. Inside day today because we're seeing muted action across the board, but I feel like this thing has more room to go down. At least towards 150. Gold shorts played out for 45 pips. Yeah. Yeah. If you know what, if you're patient today, gold shorts would have played out nice. I ended up getting out my break-even longs. I took a long. Oh, I don't know. Right in here somewhere. Ended up getting out break-even like right in here. But the gold shorts would have worked out pretty nice. Probably get a continuation. If you could see 1632 hold, probably going to get a retest here. But if we can see a hold, you probably get a nice continuation down towards 1624 to 1622 area. Gold most likely continues to sell off. Not even oversold. I mean, you look at the 4 hour. We've had 4 straight selling. But not even oversold. Not even close being oversold on this move here. I'm like into some Disney right now. Disney. I hope you mean for a day trade short. Because if you look at the overall trend we've been seeing the last couple weeks in Disney, you're in this consolidation period here. And we've just been kind of doing this thing where we channel down to the next trend line, and then now we're channeling up to this resistance. But now we're most likely going to have an equivalent channel down. So I think Disney channeled itself right back down towards 92. Qs, is the Qs rallying back out of here? Oh man. For me, Qs have to reclaim 269.50 if we're going to have any type of rally back out of here, and it seems that we're rejecting it pretty nicely here. So watching 269.50. Pretty strong area. Look at this. Look at the salary on the 15 on gold. I did have one. A nice 45 pips off of it. You're right, Mao. It is up to Elon. It also wouldn't be a show if Mao didn't talk about his lover. It really is. I think Tesla is going to have an interesting play on the market with their earnings. So we'll see. Probably not going to be too hot. So let's watch it break the market. That'd be pretty interesting. ES still holding its breakdown here. Alrighty. It's going to be a shorter show today. It's been 36 minutes, but I want to go through last minute expectations. Look at the Dixie on the 4-hour. Running in this previous area of consolidation on the backside now. So it's going to run into some issues here. Previous area of contention. Not overbought though. So what we probably see is a little bit of a resistance here pulling back. Reclaiming and finding support at 112.5, and then we'll probably, that'll really decide, you know, where we're going to go, because as long as we're above 112.5, it's bullish for the dollar, and then we'll look for a continuation out of here. I kind of expect earnings to be positive. We'll just make something up. He has to pump the stock, needs to hire for his next Twitter dump. That's true. I forgot they can make stuff up. Bad form to dump your stock down 40%, not all-time highs. God. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. He'll make something up for sure. Oh, man. But gold, looking for a continuation down towards 1611, 1616. Overnight moves should be the play today. I feel like we'll get a little bit of a rally in gold to retest 1640. And then we look for a sell-off towards 1616 overnight, because the overnight plays have been the best plays, because you keep been getting chopped during New York. U.S. to sell 15 million barrels of crude oil from the strategic midterm election reserve, or whatever Mal said yesterday. President Biden says, yeah. Okay, great. You already told us that. What are you getting, dementia? He's just trying to recycle headlines to really get himself make him relevant and make people think that he's doing something. Biden says extra oil could also be made available for sale if needed. Right. I know what you mean. Oh, man. Oh, I'm falling asleep from this market here, but pound yen, looking at pound yen continuation down. We're closing back below this 168.5. Pretty strong area to close below. And so I'd look for one more rejection of 168.5 overnight and looking for sells back down towards 166 after hours. So I think we get a lot of decent overnight plays tonight. Probably a lot better than we get for New York session tomorrow. So I'll probably be on the charts tonight looking for some moves. But overall, we'll probably get a nice continuation in the direction we're all headed right now. Gold down, oil down, pound yen down, equities down, dollar up. So we'll see. But probably put a video out later in Discord with an updated expectation of where we're going tonight. But 40 minutes in the show, that's not too bad for really talking for nothing to talk about. So, but unless you guys have anything else that you want to talk about, still working hard to accomplish soft landing. I don't think there's a chance in hell that you accomplish a soft landing. So there's that. Who would have guessed that the position to be in during a time of raging inflation is long the U.S. dollar? Yeah, definitely not me. Definitely not me. That's why in the beginning of everything, I was like, dude, like dollar's like tanking, like short dollar, short. And fuck, was I wrong? I mean, completely flipped the script on that one. The Dixie soared and gold, the inflation hedge tanked. Really just kind of ass backwards this market is right now. But if you kind of think about it, there's more to it. I mean, Dixie's reliant on foreign investments. And I mean, look at it, if you look at the yen and the euro and the pound, would you rather make money with the dollar, who has the least, the least amount of inflation and big rates, making more money there, or would you put your money in the yen, who, do I even have to say anything? So, unless the labor market starts weakening, soft landing seems possible. Unlikely. Yeah, exactly. I mean, everybody believes the Fed's fighting it, which is why the gold's falling, because Fed's convinced everybody that they're fighting inflation when they're really not. Thoughts on pound yen? Yeah, I mean, look, so we have this pretty strong area of resistance at 168.5. The last two, in April and in June, that's where we topped out at. Had pretty big down moves from there. So if we get a close, if the daily closes pretty weak below 168.5, then I think we get a really nice overnight sell, probably retest it one more time and get a really nice overnight sell down. However, if the daily ends up closing with a wick like yesterday, and we close above 168.5, well, there's your inverted celery pattern. And I think we get a really nice squeeze overnight back up towards 170 at least. So it's really going to all rely on how we close. But around like 6 p.m., I'm going to put out a video in Discord on my thoughts on what I'm looking at and what I'm going to play tonight. So keep an eye on that. Keep an eye out on that. Wake me up when this market gets back to a somewhat normal market. Chris, I don't know if you'll ever wake up from that coma. At least not in the next 2 years while we're in this administration, so good luck. Kashkari favors rate hikes until core inflation starts to cool. Kashkari, best guess is that Fed can pause on rate hikes sometime next year. Ha! They were talking about initially rate cuts next year. But now it's gone to continued rate hikes. So, but inflation's transitory. So, but yeah, that Kashkari, fairly confident stagflation won't occur. God, these people are fucking blind. I'm fairly confident stagflation will occur, and I'm not a Fed speaker. I'm not an economist, but if you take a look at the numbers, guys, come on. Anyways, yeah, oil shorts at 85.40 definitely gonna be in play overnight. Gold shorts is 16.44, definitely in play. Pound yen, depending on where we close, could have really nice longer shorts, but we'll see. I'm going to leave it at 45. Actually, 45 minutes for the show was actually not bad considering what there was to talk about. But you guys were definitely helpful in that one. If I didn't have you guys, it would have been around a 20-minute show. So thanks for waking up and joining me today. I fly out tomorrow. I'll be on my morning show. Yes, I will be on my morning show to trade, but I will not be on the Vant Rant because I will be flying to Key West. On a positive note, Mal says, crazy volatile markets do give us some nice trading opportunities as long as you don't blow up. They give you the best day trading opportunities. This market's fantastic. I've been making like 5 to 10,000 a day. I mean, this thing's just killer. So without a doubt, these markets are the best to trade if you're a day trader. But yeah, I'll be on tomorrow morning. I'll post a video tonight on Discord on what I'm looking at in the markets. The ES looking like it retested this move down and we're heading lower. Qs, same thing, retested the backside of this breakdown and we're heading lower. So unless the Qs reclaims 169.50 and the ES reclaims 37.05, sells will continue and the show must go on. I'll leave you at that. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. I appreciate it. It's been a pleasure. Mark, Mal, Chris, Nick, Born Alam. It's been a pleasure. But like Mal said, have a great day and get your popcorn ready because Tesla in a couple hours will have some fun after hours on the market. So I will be getting my popcorn ready while I pack for Key West. And I cannot wait to see what Mal posts in Discord. I've been looking forward to it. Have a good rest of your day. Thanks for tuning in on this lovely show hosted by the one and only Tyler. Peace, guys.